Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hi. We from Group 2 will present the result of our study findings on language errors. Group 2 consisted of Aina Akila, Aisyah Sofia, Ahmad Mushid, Natasha Inshira and me, Muhammad Fahmi. For the study of language errors, 4 main errors have been identified, namely grammatical error, interference error, first and second language strategy error. Before we discuss this issue in more depth, I will explain the introduction section. This report is to analyze how beginner learners of a second language converse in their daily conversation. We found some mistakes that she made during the conversation between our representative and the learner. The errors that we analyze are grammatical error, interference error, first language strategy error, and second language strategy error. We found a total of 18 mistakes that the learner made, which are 11 grammatical errors, 6 interference errors, 1 second language strategy error, and there is no language strategy error. Here is our small and cute respondent. Iris Amara is 6 years old and attends Genius Kayum Kindergarten. The main language is Malay, while the second language is English. A representative from our group, Ahmad Mushid, had a conversation with Iris Amara at Iris Amara's residence.
Next, there are some errors found in the conversation between our group representative and Iris Amara. The first one is the grammatical error. Grammatical error is a concept used in prescriptive grammar to represent erroneous, unusual, or problematic use such as misplaced modifier or an unsuitable verb tense. Grammatical errors are normally distinct from factual errors, logical fallacies, misspelling, typographical errors, and incorrect punctuations. After some analysis made, we found 11 grammatical errors made by Iris Amara. The first one is, I am higher the sky. The grammatical correct sentence is supposed to be I am higher than the sky. Here, Iris Amara dropped the word than. She was unable to use than as a conjunction for the sentence for comparison. Next is I stuck.
Okay, so we have to find.
The grammatical correct sentence is supposed to be I am stuck. Here, Iris Amara dropped the word am. She was unable to produce a correct sentence with the verb am. Am is an auxiliary verb to show that a person is doing something at that time. There are some similar mistakes made by Iris Amara, such as the third and the fourth mistake, which when she said, you fall, I fall.
I fall. No.
The grammatically correct sentence supposed to be you fell, I fell. Here, Iris Amara is unable to produce a past tense of a verb. She is confused about whether her action has happened in the past or in the present. She is presuming every act of her as a present action.
Alright, let's move on. The next sentence is, I am gonna build the police. This grammatically correct sentence is supposed to be I am gonna or I am going to build the police station. Here, Iris Amara used an incorrect noun of police which she was supposedly using the noun of police station. Dropping out some words during conversation is normal for beginner learners of a second language as they are still facing some fluency difficulty. Next, I cannot build tall. The grammatically correct sentence is supposed to be, but I cannot build it higher. Here, Iris Amara was trying to say she is unable to build the Lego building higher as it might end up falling. It is understandable, but she mistook the word high with the word tall, as both would have the same meaning in her first language, which is the Malay language. Next, need build it a little bigger.
Yes.
The grammatically correct sentence is supposed to be, I need to build it bigger. Here, Iris Amara was trying to say that she wanted to build the Lego building in a bit bigger size. There is the repetition of the word a little, which means Iris Amara highlighting that she needs to build the Lego building slightly in a bigger size than before. Okay. The 8th error is, that is my birthday.
What is it?
That is my birthday.
Your birthday? Yeah? Mars.
The grammatically correct sentence is supposed to be, that is my birthday month. Here, Iris Amara used an incorrect noun of month, which she was supposedly using the noun of birthday month to describe the object. Dropping up some words during conversation is normal for beginner learners of a second language as mentioned. Alright, the next one is, this error falls under grammatical error. It is, the sentence is, and the cow this.
The cow.
And the cow this. She has used incorrect verb, which led to a logical fallacy. There is unsuitable usage of words and followed by an unclear statement that failed to express what she was trying to convey. In addition, the next one is, he doesn't fit.
He doesn't fit. Wait,
He doesn't fit?
he doesn't fit.
Based on this phrase, there are grammatical errors that can be detected. She was referring to a different gender but used a different gender pronoun instead. Iris might still adapt to the usage of pronouns in English where it functions to distinguish gender. This is because dear can be used for both genders in Malay. The correct phrase is she doesn't fit. The last one for grammatical error is that going there.
We're going there.
There is a grammatical error where the mistake can be seen in the usage of pronouns reference along with the incorrect usage of the article. The appropriate phrase would sound like, the Lego should be placed there. Alright, that's all for the grammatical error. We will move on.
What we know about interference error is that it happens because of the interference from the mother language. This may happen during the sentence construction process, where direct translation from the mother language may affect the sentence structure. This error could also happen if the person is constructing a sentence in rush or hurry. Alright, now let's take a look at the interference errors that can be founded based on the video. The first few interference errors can be observed when Iris mixes two languages, Malay and English. The first error being, I ada trophy. She intended to say, I have a trophy, but she combined both Malay and English language, as she perhaps are unable to think instantly to represent her thought. This particular error can be observed in other sentences too, such as I main game.
I mind game.
Like
My
school game. Oh wow. And you got first.
Which is supposed to be I played a game, as in this context she was talking about how she got a trophy from a previous game that she played before. The next one would be at the top floor tinggi ni.
What did it do?
which she mixed the two languages again. The sentence tinggi ni is a repetition in which she wanted to highlight that the top floor of the Lego building should be higher. The correct sentence would be, on the top floor, it should be this high. Next, the sentence, this is mom dear.
This is mom. Yeah. Yeah.
That she intended to say here is, this is her or his mom. The sentence dear, which is a Malay word, basically refers to the Lego character that she was holding during the conversation. Moving on to the next error, this, I want this, gonna be soup.
It's something
Oh,
like it.
this. So,
This is an interference error where the kid is trying to convey that nak ni nak jadikan soup in English. Therefore, she directly translated the sentences from her understanding based on her mother tongue vocabulary. The correct possible structure would be, I want to use this to make soup. The last interference error that can be observed would be, put the berries kat sini.
What do you want to do? Put the berries on me. I think that's better.
At the end of the phrase, she used the Malay words kat sini or dekat sini along with the English words at the beginning of the sentence, which is put the berries. The correct phrase should be put the berries here.
Next is the first language strategy error. First language strategy errors occurred when the laws from your original language infiltrate and impact your second language. This happens when you use rules from your first language that do not correspond to the rules of your second language. The sentence structure, including the word order, grammatical gender, or certain verb tenses, is affecting the final constructed sentences. As for example, Iris Amara's first language is Malay and her second language is English. The sentence structure for Malay and English are the same, which is subject, verb, object. Therefore, she did not make any mistake as the sentence structure are the same. Unlike them, Hindi got different sentence structure, which is subject, object, verb. Thus, the learner could make some mistakes in constructing the sentences. Lastly is the second language strategy error. Second language strategy errors occurred when the speaker is unable to distinguish the noun and mistakenly inserts the article. The error made by Iris Amara during the conversation is that going there. The mistakes can be seen in the usage of pronoun reference along with the incorrect usage of the article. The appropriate phrase would sound like, the Lego should be placed there. In conclusion, Iris Amara has pointed out some language errors in her conversation. However, these language errors are quite ubiquitous for a child like Iris Amara, as she is undergoing a second language acquisition process and is only 6 years old. A strategy that can be done to improve Iris Amara's English skills is a deductive approach. This approach focuses on grammar structures as Iris Amara has mastered a lot of vocabulary. The role of Iris Amara's parents is to use proper English in daily conversation with Iris Amara. The use of Creole such as Manglish, which is Malaysian English, can lower Iris Amara's English skills. That's all from our group. Thank you.